All right. So if you have any questions, you're going to raise your hand, or I'll put you to the panelist or open your microphone, and then you can start asking questions. Or you want to put your questions in the Q&A. We'll be happy to look at that and then discuss that with you. Some people put their questions or in the chat box. That's fine as well. But question and answer section would be more visible to us. Good evening from Mervik. Welcome you. Okay, before we have people venturing to do the testimony or a question, I'm going to probably talk a little bit about the men's health that we might, some of us might not be able to see a couple of Sundays ago. Okay, PowerPoint, men's health. Okay, if you can see my screen, this is the Sunday before we were talking about men's health. First of all, we want to do the disclaimer where Fountain of Life is not a cure for any disease or ailment, but simply nature's most powerful plant antioxidant that helps lower the appearance of aging and protects our body from free radicals that can lead to health issues over time. Before the phytoclinical, or we call maybe immunoclinical, comes out, Fountain of Life, we always have disclaimer where we would say that this is not a cure for anything. It's not designed to prevent any disease or cure any disease. It's just an antioxidant. Okay, so that's our disclaimer. In order to talk about men's health, we usually talk about two major things. One of them is men's sexual health, which is erectile dysfunction. This is a more neutral term. It used to be called impotence, which implies a negative meaning in there, which means inability, basically. It's a type of sexual dysfunction in which the penis fails to become or stay erect during sexual activity. It's the most common sexual problem in man through its connection to self-image and to problems in sexual relationships. Erectile dysfunction can cause psychological harm. In about 80% of cases, physical causes can be identified. These include cardiovascular disease, diabetes, neurological problems, such as those following: prostatectomy, hypogonadism, and drug side effects. About 10% of these cases are psychological impotence, caused by thoughts or feelings. Here, there is a strong response to placebo treatment. And treatment-wise, the traditional treatment programs, they involve addressing the underlying causes, lifestyle modifications, and addressing psychological problems. In many cases, treatment is attempted by drugs, which dilate blood vessels, allowing more blood to flow through the spongy tissues of the penis. Other treatments less commonly used include prostaglandin pellets inserted in the urethra, smooth muscle relaxants, and vasodilators injected into the penis. So penis implants, penis pumps, and vascular reconstructive surgery. These are more traditional ways of dealing with this ED problem. Now, with the Lignans and Fountain of Life, we are here to naturally support the prostate health, promote heart health, benefit the appearance of the hair, which is not part of men's sexual life, but in general for men, and promote sexual health. So fountain of life contains nature's most powerful source of lignans, antioxidants with anti-inflammatory properties, knowing the factors that cause excuse me, age-related men's issues. Now let's talk about benefits of fountain of life in regards to men's health. First of all, fountain of life is anti-oxidative. It fights free radical damage. And we all know that free radical damage is the source of all disease, actually. In many cases, it started from free radical damage, and then inflammation, eventually damage in more major organs. And we have the fountain of life as antimicrobial. That's more or less like bacteria, fungus, or it could be parasites, all of these, and then it's antiviral. So we use the fountain of life to cleanse our blood, especially like blood clots, blood sugar, cholesterol, and triglycerides. Triglycerides is it just stands for the thickness of your blood. And fountain of life also strengthens our organs, especially the kidney. The kidney is our young energy in the body. When you warm it up, it's actually warming up the kidney young energy, and that's part of our sexual health. And then the prostate strengthening of the prostate is very important for men's sexual health, because the prostate is the one that produces the major bulk of the fluid or the ejaculation. So when you don't have it, you'll be you'll have less sensation, you'll less orgasm, you will have less pleasure, basically. And the prostate is a major part of our men's health, because when the prostate is swollen, it cuts off the flow of urine, it cuts off the flow of ejaculation, and basically it just weakens your whole system as a whole in the body. So prostate is a very small gland. It's almost like a walnut size, but it does a lot of things for the body, and it's very important. So when it gets swollen, gets prostate cancer or tumor, then it's going to be very much detrimental to your sexual health. And the fountain of life promotes blood circulation. As we all know, men count on the blood circulation to the penis in order to have good erection. And if your circulation is being hampered by sugar or by cholesterol, by triglycerides or some other garbage in the blood, then you will not have good erection. And also the fountain of life helps with increasing the ejaculation quantity, and that's part of men's health as well. Okay, so I'm just going to stop there, and I hope you have more people now, which have more questions and testimonials. So we're just going to get started on that. Let me just stop the. Oh, I didn't share the screen, I guess. Okay.
Yes. Hello, Henry. Good morning to you. Reymond here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Can you promote the co-host so I can assist you with this call? Thank you.
Okay. All right. Okay, so now you're the co-host. We have 3 question and answers. Okay, go ahead, Reymond. You are the co-host now.
I see. Okay. Good morning, Henry.
Yes. Good morning.
The world. I'll be rescuing our Kenya team today, as they are doing their tour as well. So, welcome, Henry, our registered traditional Chinese medicine expert and our advisor for the Fountain of Life. And a while ago, you were sharing about men's health, right? About men's health, and that is very important. And I saw one video that you had recently talking about prostate health, and it's very timely to discuss that for all the men, right? So we have some few questions here, and to everyone, let us know where you are tuning in right now, so we can acknowledge you wherever you are. And this call is available in more than 200 countries and territories across the globe. So we have here Mr. Henry Xiong, who will answer all your questions pertaining to the use of the product of Fountain of Life, specifically for our health. And we have some questions here. Henry, can we discuss most of the questions right now?
Oh, okay. So the Yulia asked a question. I have a friend who is not getting her period for about 6 months. She is in her 30s. Okay, that's a little too early for that. She's also suffering from discomfort in her bladder, and it is an ongoing problem for years now. Doctor's not sure what is the problem. Do you think FL can help? She just started consuming FOL 10 drops a day for the last 4 days. Okay. All right. So not getting the period for ladies in her 30s, that's pretty early in the age. Usually it could be because of deficiencies in the body. When our body is, then she might have other issues as well, or symptoms. Usually either because the body temperature dropped too low, the blood start to clot and she couldn't get it out, or it could be because of a deficiency in the body to be able to generate a fresh egg. That would be the ovary function is not strong enough to produce a regular egg that would ovulate and come out and then start being a regular period. So there are a few deficiencies in the body that she is not able to do that. And then the Fountain of Life we were talking about is function strengthening the kidney, strengthening the reproductive system, and it helps the body to generate and produce more blood. When you are deficient in blood, let's say you have low blood pressure or low sugar, there are a number of other things in the digestive system weakness, and that would cause this problem as well. And the Fountain of Life will help to improve on that as well. And then that she has bladder problem. Bladder problem is also part of the reproductive system. So she is weakened in some ways in this area as well. And then, so when the doctor cannot help, let's try the Fountain of Life on her. 10 drops a day is a little bit too little for her situation. You might have to do, let's say, 30 drops or more for her to get results faster. So probably try 30 to 60 drops until situation improves with her. Okay, second question.
Yes, I hope those. Yes, Henry. I hope that was answered, Julia. Yeah, she said here in the chat, thank you, Henry. I will tell her to increase to 30 drops a day. So thank you, Julia, for that question. And there's another question, Henry, and I will read it also from Julia. Can FOL be mixed with castor oil for treating hair health? It's being used now topically on scalp and hair. If yes, how much should they mix? Or if there is a better suggestion, please do share.
Okay. Yeah, the Fountain of Life is better actually if you mix with castor oil or shea butter to massage your hair scalp so that it stays on, and it's a good idea. It's a good idea to do that. It's just a matter of administering on the scalp. Sometimes I just use a sprayer. Let me show you the sprayer. So this is the sprayer that I use for my hair, which is some kind of a water, you put in there and then put in, let's say 5 to 10 vials or syringes of fungal life in it, and then you spray your hair with it evenly on the scalp, whether you have gray hair or not or something. That is how you can do it as well. In different ways, you can do it, and it stays on. Because just by the fungal life itself, you might see that it will kind of dry up very soon. So with the shea butter or castor oil, you can keep it on the scalp for longer. It'll be having more longer lasting result with it.
Okay, again, Henry, that's 5 to 10 drops for every how many ml of water?
I will say for 100 milliliter of water, you put in about 5 to 10 syringes. So that would be 5 to 10 milliliter of fungal life inside.
That's great. And would you advise it taking also topical sublingually?
For the hair growth, they're always better to take it orally inside, but apply topically. That's a good idea. Both ways.
Yes, and there is a follow-up question here. Is it better than mixing in shampoo?
Yeah, it's a good idea to mix it in your regular shampoo. Well, we do have the company has a men's and women's shampoo. So you can even add more shampoo to. You can even add more fungal life to your shampoo. Our company shampoo, you can add more to it. I think more is could work better for you or faster.
Thank you, Henry, and I hope that answered the question, Julia. And we also have another question in the Q&A, and please put your questions in the Q&A so that it will not be missed in the chat box. This is from an anonymous attendee. Does it cure COVID-19?
We never use the word cure. So in the fungal life, we do use it to enhance our antibody. We have people do the blood work. The antibody in the blood work is 10 times higher than they before they take the fungal life. So this is a very good sign that we with the fungal life we can deal with this situation much better. But we don't call it a cure. It's not designed to be a cure, and it helps to boost your immune system to fight against COVID.
So that's it. It boosts our immune system. Thank you, Henry. And we have one question also coming from Israel. What if someone is taking medication? Would you recommend intaking of the product still?
Yeah, medication. We don't really. We are not really bothered by the medication that they are taking. They just take it 1 hour away. Don't mix it together in the same mouthful. Just take it separately in time.
Taking Cerilo. So thank you, Henry. And by the way, if you have a story to share for the testimonial on the product of Fountain of Life, feel free to press the raise hand button or put it in the chat box so we may read your wonderful testimonial. But we would appreciate you to share it live, and we will allow you to unmute. So we have here a participant that's raising her hand. I will ask to unmute Ingrid. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Let us know where are you tuning in right now.
Good morning, tuning in from the US. I want to know, why can't I see the exchange in my cart when I want to purchase something?
Can you repeat?
Why can't I see my exchange, how much money I would be coming out of my account when I'm doing, if I want to do a purchase?
Oh, it's automatically converted. So what you do is you go to Google Converter. There are all kinds of currency converters in your language that you can just put in your money, the Canadian dollar, for example, and then convert it to your dollar and see how much it's to be. So the company website, they don't show you the exact, it's automatic, converts to automatically. So it should be an approximate range. What you can do is you can do your own calculation on the website where you just put in your money into the Canadian dollar conversion and see it's going to be approximately about similar. Maybe the exchange rate might be a little different, but a similar range if you just check it on the Google website.
Thank you.
And Ingrid, are you a VIP customer or already a partner?
If I'm what?
Are you a VIP customer or a partner?
Partner.
Okay, so make sure that you set your address to the correct country code so that it will show you the pricing, and you need to log into your account. So if ever you have information that is needed for your back office, please consult your MiFi for this one. So they will assist you with that.
One more thing, I set up my account and I would like someone to get my name spelled correctly on it because I made a mistake. Because I can't change it.
Okay. In order for you to fix that, please contact your sponsor or your MiFi so that they will assist you with that or create a ticket in the back office. So this call is primarily for testimonials and Q&A. So thank you very much, Ingrid. Maria said here, call the head office. So thank you, Maria, for that suggestion. Thank you, Ingrid.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So here we have one more question regarding Cushing's disease. Cushing's disease is one cause of the Cushing syndrome. It's usually about the increased secretion of adrenal cortisonism. So it's a hormone that is produced from the anterior pituitary glands. That is like hypercortisonism. This is just too much cortisol hormone from the pituitary glands, and that is causes the adrenal function to be too much or too crazy. This is sometimes it's caused by tumor. So in order to deal with that, well, the Fountain of Life is a good idea to help the body to fight free radical damage to the adrenal glands and also the formation of tumor in the body, and that's caused by the damage in the DNA or the chromosomes. So it's a good idea to help to use the Fountain of Life for helping with that. Thank you.
Thank you again, Henry. And also going back to the topic with hair health, Ms. Marivic Destacamento here from Philippines shared with us her testimonial. I mixed it, the Fountain of Life, with shampoo, and my thinning hair becomes firm and healthy. Small hair starting to grow more. Wow, this is a great testimonial, Ms. Marivic. Thank you very much for sharing that.
Yeah.
We have another question, Henry, from Doris. Can Fountain of Life help those women who has fibroid issue? If yes, how many drops per day would you recommend? Thanks.
The fibroid is, we have a case with that. She has a soccer ball size of fibroid in her tummy. She used to have to wear a wrapper to hold it down so it doesn't look that big. And then the first 6 months, nothing changed. About 8 months later, it actually grew a little bigger and she got scared. But we convinced her to continue to try it. And then by about a 1 year time, it started to get softer. Because when it's a hardcore like that, it really press on her bladder, make her go to the washroom a lot. and it causes a lot of pains in the organs in the body. But in about 1 year, she started to shrink it to get it smaller. This is somebody who doesn't want to do surgery, so she waited until it's so big, and but eventually she started to feel the result. So it does take a little time. Dosage-wise, it should be probably talking about 90 drops a day, about 100, and sustain that for like a half year, 1 year. Then you can see result. Thank you.
90 drops per day, correct, Henry?
100.
100. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. And another follow-up question: can women take Fountain of Life during and after period time, or can FOL increase more blood?
Well, the period time is fine. You can take it. It's not going to cause more excessive blood, but help to regulate and help you to normalize the blood quantity. So it should be a good thing for you to take the Fountain of Life even during period.
That's great. And another question is, does Fountain of Life cause your blood sugar to increase?
Your blood sugar fluctuates, so it's a matter of time that you get it under control. So it works on the liver, it works on the kidney, helps the body in general to get healthier. So a temporary up and down of blood sugar is not a concern. So when you take the Fountain of Life, some people say, oh, why is my sugar even higher? Well, it could be some other issues, some other reasons that your blood sugar is fluctuating. Usually, Fountain of Life does not make your blood sugar increase higher. It could be other reasons that the Fountain of Life has not been able to lower down yet. So usually, we know for the most difficult cases of diabetes, let's say somebody is taking insulin for 30 years, and then they don't see a change in the A1C for half a year, 1 year, even 2 years, until the third year, they see the A1C eventually drop down to as much as to normal. So it depending on how much damage was in the body, it take different time frame to improve. So the temporary up and down of sugar is not so important. The long term is to fix the issues in the liver, cleanse the liver, help the liver to address the sugar or regulate the sugar better. So yeah, just it wouldn't cause increase of sugar, but you have to take time for it to lower down. Thank you.
Thank you, Henry. And does it matter if you take it on an empty stomach or after meal?
The stomach, usually for better absorption, we say before meals is better. But because the Fountain of Life is being absorbed under the tongue in the glands in the mouth, so that's a part of it that's been absorbed through the saliva glands, and so it doesn't really matter for that part to be before or after. But in general, it's better if you do it before meals, especially if you don't have a sensitive stomach, because some people they have a sensitive stomach, and they take it and they feel it in the stomach. So in that case, they might want to try it after food, with the full stomach of food in the stomach. Then they take it, they might not be bothered as much. So in general, more people take it before food. Some people with the stomach issues, they take it after food. Back to you, Reymond.
Thank you. And that also concerns people with acid reflux, right?
Yes, similar situation. Acid reflux is caused by the indigestion, usually also liver issues. And when they take the Fountain of Life, and they have to deal with the esophagus sensitivity, but eventually it should help, especially with the digestion, with the liver issues. Then they will improve on the acid reflux.
That's great to hear, Henry. Thank you very much. And just a follow-up testimonial here from Yulia regarding menstruation or period time. She said here in period time, it is great to take Fountain of Life. It makes these days actually easier. So I believe it's for the pain or inflammation, I believe, Henry. So thank you very much, Yulia, for sharing that wonderful testimonial. Yes, and if you don't have any questions yet, perhaps you can share your wonderful story. We'd love to hear your stories and testimonials from experiencing Fountain of Life, and we'd love to hear that one. And how about hot flushes, Henry?
Hot flashes?
Yes,
yeah, menopausal hot flashes. Yes, it does help because the Fountain of Life acts as a very small micro dosage of estrogen. So it helps to balance the hormone a little bit, and then it eases up the menopausal symptoms like hot flashes, irritability, anxiety, sleeping difficulties. So it does help with the menopausal issues.
Yes, talking about phytoestrogen, Henry, does it affect the hormones when taking Fountain of Life?
It positively helps the body to balance the hormones, the estrogen, but it's a phytoestrogen, so it's a safe and a very helpful estrogen level to help the body to balance, and it also helps to prevent cancer cells to duplicate too many times. So it actually replaced the human estrogen which might cause excessive duplication of this regular cells, and that can cause usually like for ladies with cysts and nodules and all kinds of excessive growth in the reproductive system. So it actually helps them to do better than that.
Wow, that's great to know. And we have one testimonial here in the Q&A from Francis Lee. My diabetes patient has actually sugar level coming down after taking Fountain of Life. Wow, that's great to hear, Francis. And I hope you can share how many drops is your patient taking and how long has been taking Fountain of Life. So thank you very much, Francis, for sharing that one. Although we cannot claim that this is a cure or treatment, but this is nature's most powerful antioxidant. So thank you very much for sharing your wonderful testimonials. It's really great to hear testimonials because sometimes you don't know how Fountain of Life can really address our health. Only that we need to experience and take a few drops of Fountain of Life and at least a bottle and take it at least for 90 days. And Henry, talking about 90 days, how important is it for a human body to take a product within 90 days? Does it matter to have 90 days period taking a supplement like Fountain of Life?
It's always a good idea because we tell people this is not like overnight cure or anything. It's not like a painkiller where you kill the pain, but the actual problem is still there. It's not like insulin where you replace your insulin production in the pancreas, or it's not a replacement of anything like that. What it does is tries to help your body to heal yourself. It tries to help your body to do the original function. So let's say your pancreas is supposed to produce insulin, and if you don't, then you replace it with what do you call it, insulin. And for some people who do a kidney dialysis, you're replacing your kidney function with the machine. So this is not like that. That's why it's not going to work overnight. And a 3 month time frame would be a good range to see substantial consolidation of improvement, because I always refer it to some kind of like a renovation of your kitchen. And if you have a one-person team to renovate your, let's say you have a massive kitchen, and you want to tear down the older decayed cabinets and then mold it, drywall and everything, it's going to be messy and it's going to take time, especially if you have just one person there doing the job and you have some other priorities. You don't finish the job right away. But if you do like what some of us do with a higher dosage, then you will almost like you have a 5-member team that's working on your kitchen. So it might take 3 days, 5 days to finish the job. So it's much faster. So a 3-month supply or 3-month period would be a more reasonable time for you to make sure that the job is well done, because you want your kitchen to be eventually cleaned up, dusted off and everything. So it's a modern kitchen in front of you, instead of midway. You finish you pull down the cabinets, and then before you put on the new drywall, the new ceramic tiles, you said you called off the project. You said, no, we are done now, because you're going to you get a messy kitchen out there. So you have to finish the job and then maintain.
Yes, speaking of messy, I love that analogy, Henry. And sometimes some people have a worsened reaction while taking Fountain of Life, and that's what we call healing crisis, right? So can you share about healing crisis during taking a powerful supplement like this Fountain of Life?
Yes, when we have a perfect skin here, for example, if you drop something on your skin, even if it's let's say vinegar or whether it's iodine, it doesn't matter what, you might not feel the skin. You might not feel too much of a difference. But if you have a burn on your hand and you drop even lukewarm water on it, you might feel, oh, well, it's hurting. Like it's a skin. It's a similar thing happens in our body where you have the Fountain of Life going in your body. It's almost like a scanner to go in your body, and then find, oh, you have an ulcer here, you have a sensitivity here, you have a hole here, you have some kind of a broken tear here, and then you might feel some pain or something in there. So that's what we call the healing crisis, where your body is really feeling the impact of this inside, and it could be trying to help your body to heal. So it's not necessarily called by some people, they call it a side effect or something. It's actually a process of healing where your body is trying to fix the problem, and it's going to take a little time. That's why for people who have stomach sensitivity, ulcers and all that, they might want to go slow, and they might want to take it after food.
Yes, and thank you for pointing that out, Henry. And I will take this time also to promote this wonderful materials. As you bought your Fountain of Life, you get this brochure, a reading material containing testimonials, as well as some studies for the effect of Fountain of Life in our daily health. And also is our Fountain of Life journal, which is a tracker to 90-day program taking the Fountain of Life, asking you how has it been before and after taking Fountain of Life, how many drops, how was your stress, how was your energy, your mood, and a lot more about inflammation. And this is a good track for you to determine how Fountain of Life has been beneficial for your health. And within 90 days, you can use this journal. Some people would take the bottle in at least a month, or sometimes people would take this at 2 months or 3 months. So that means you can use this as reference. And thank you, Henry, for pointing that out. And we have one sharer, one testimonial, I believe, Miss Annie Tomas, Filipino all the way from Dublin, Ireland, who's been put on hold. Miss Annie, good morning.
Hello. Hello, good afternoon dito sa amin. And, good day to everyone.
If you can share your video also.
No, I don't want you to see me, I have just this morning, I have a cataract extraction. I have cataract extraction. So anyway, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm okay, but I don't want to share my face, you know. You will be discouraged if seeing me like this. But anyway, I'm happy. And anyway, I want only to share, you know, like my dad, my father, who has last week, a few days ago, my mom was telling that, you know, I need to talk in English, yeah? Yeah. And anyway, I was so concerned, of course, you know, they are Fountain of Life users. So my father was having like diarrhea, and he even vomited. So what I know, he has indigestion. You know, he is already nearly 82 years old, and he is a hardworking man in the farm, and sometimes he forgets to eat. You know, he is working and working and working. But anyway, he has the belief, you know, he really likes the Fountain of Life. So anyway, he, like, his condition is getting worse. So my mom told me about this, that, oh, your dad is not eating, you know, he cannot eat like hard food or solid foods. So I was explaining, you know, like, if you will do some veg, you know, maybe the soup of that veg, just give it to him. But my dad was telling to me that it's better to do like rice lugaw, what yeah, it's something like that, porridge. Like a soft porridge.
Yes.
So anyway, I was believing of the Fountain of Life. So what my instruction to my dad is, did you take your Fountain of Life? Yes, he did. Then, so how about now? You take now the Fountain of Life, because he, as if he don't like really to eat, because he is just afraid he will vomit. So anyway, I told him, just eat and eat and eat, but don't eat the high fiber foods or the hard foods. Okay, so just take Fountain of Life. If you are not really happy, you know, just take Fountain of Life. Even every hour, take 5 drops of Fountain of Life. And thanks God now, you know, when I was talking to my dad, he's already okay. Imagine. And many were telling to him, you know, yeah, go to the doctor or go to the pharmacy. You can buy, you can get this Flagyl tablet or something like that. But for me, you know, I know that medications, but I'm still was advising him to take this Fountain of Life, because this is also antimicrobial, you know. So anyway, I told them, they are aware that this is not a medicine, but they were just so happy really using it. So that's why, what can I am very thankful for everything, for this Fountain of Life. And another one, you know, I have a message from a friend of mine in my place. You know, it is in Mindanao, and she told me, Ate, it means she was calling me Ate because I'm older than her. She was telling, Ate, where can you know, I saw your message to Chris Aquino. You know, this Chris Aquino is a very popular actress, or you know, like something in Philippines. She's the daughter of the late. Yeah, she's the daughter of the late President Cory Aquino, and you know, she is very unwell this time, and I put a message on her website or something. I want really to share this to her, but anyway, I don't know if she has the time to read it, or I don't know. So somebody had read it, you know, my message to Chris Aquino, and eventually she told me, you know, Ate, I read your message to Chris Aquino, because I know she is not well. And, you know, I'm a bit interested because, you know, I have a stroke. So he got a stroke and my left arm is like paralyzed. She cannot move it. So she even stopped she even stopped going to the physio because all the money is gone, you know, because she had a stroke. So anyway, she read it, and I was talking to her just now after my surgery. I talked to her and I told her, you know, it's something like this. So I was explaining and explaining and explaining, and until later, the mom was hearing it, you know, who is that? Then she was telling, oh, this is Annie. Then she was telling, who is Annie? So at the end, she knows who I am. So actually, the mom is also having a stroke since years ago. So now they are my prospect again now, because I was explaining everything, even a part of the business, you know, like they could buy it, because she told me that, oh, it's very expensive, you know, I think it's very expensive. But I told her, you know, even though it's expensive, but it means a lot really if you will try it, you know. So anyway, they are planning to get like a brand partner package. So because I was explaining to them, and that is they can afford, you know. So hopefully, because anyway, all the people that I was able to share this product is really very happy, and they were so amazed with the result to all their health problems, you know. So I'm happy really to share this. Fountain of Life is, we know that it's not a medicine, but it's doing something good in our body. For me, I'm just telling to my clients, you know, that this is really a cleanser, or it cleanses our body, and it rejuvenates, it gives us strength, it gives us energy or something. So it is very mysteriously, or there is a miraculous action, you know, of this product to our body. So that's it, what I can say, you know. I have so many testimonies, but I think that's it for now. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your time sharing that one. And during our Philippine tour, Miss Annie is actually one of the passionate sharer for the beauty and benefit of Fountain of Life, as she is a nurse by profession in Dublin, and still sharing about this wonderful supplement. And again, sometimes people would be hesitant to take a product because of the price, but later on they find the product having this value that they cannot imagine for that single bottle. So, and then later on, purchasing a lot more and using the product every day for their health, and it gives them bigger savings in terms of their health. So thank you, Miss Annie, for sharing that one. And we have also, thank you, ma'am. And we have one more sharer, Taj. If you can unmute yourself, you are free to speak now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Let us know where you are tuning in right now.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, Taj, loud and clear. Where are you tuning in right now?
Yeah, so I'm calling from London. It's afternoon here, so good afternoon, good morning, or evening. It's just one of those testimonials that I just think is so important, because I've been using Fountain of Life for over a year now. My family uses it, but I had to convince, funnily enough, my wife, and you know, we've got pharmacists in the house as well, so they go for the normal medication. But you know, this instant we had where my wife was actually having a toothache, very bad. And although you say that it's not immediate, but this had immediate effect when she took Fountain of Life. She was having a problem in the middle of the night, and you know, you can't really go out there and get the medication you want from the chemist because the chemist is closed, and you know, it's the middle of the night. What do you do? And she was in a lot of pain, so she tends to keep the pain until it, you know, she thought she could last till the morning, but she didn't. And then one of the lower teeth was I think there was some decay going on, which you can't see, but right under there, it was decay and it was quite painful. So my natural thing was, because this is what I do, I always had Fountain of Life with me. So I gave her, I said, you must take these drops. And she was reluctant because she didn't understand, and said, well, what's it going to do? But the minute she took it, it was amazing, because her own words were, it's a miracle. It's, you know, something magical is happening, because it's like my pain is going away. And she put the drops right in the area where there was the infection and the pain. And so, although we say a lot of the time that there's not an immediate reaction, this is my own experience, what I experienced and saw with my own eyes. It was just out of this world. And you know, I was able to say, look, you know, at least you're out of pain, you can go to sleep, and we can look at it in the morning and see how we get on. But she just took the bottle of FOL, and I've not I've not seen it since. But she's been using it, and the other day she had another issue with her knee pain, which was inflamed, and it was painful. She couldn't drive, and so I said to her, you know, try and put a few drops on the knee, but take a few drops as well at night. Now, and she swears by it. I mean, she's very difficult to convince with these things, with any medication, to be fair. And but she said to me, you know, I had a good night's sleep. My inflammation is slightly, you know, it's not painful. It didn't go straight away down, but it's not painful. And the inflammation was coming down over about a period of a week. But she's continuing to take FOL. The other thing she found is obviously that it helps her to sleep at night. And because, you know, if you're in pain, whether it's your tooth, whether it's your knee or anything, if you're in pain, you can't sleep basically very easily. One of the things even I find for my own self is that sometimes, you know, you may be tired, you're trying to sleep, you can't sleep. I take a few drops before going to bed, and it's so amazing. You can get a good night's sleep, and, you know, it works wonders. So those are the kind of things that I've experienced personally and in my family. And I can say that, you know, it's something I keep by me all the time, because I just don't know when I'm going to need it.
Wow, that's a bunch of great testimonial touch. If I pronounce it correctly, it's Taj, right?
Yeah, Taj, yeah.
Yeah, correct. So thank you very much, Taj, for sharing that wonderful testimonials. And we do believe every home should have an emergency bottle of FOL every day. We don't know how it will help you and when will you be needing a fountain of life at your home, right? So it's better to have and secure a stock of fountain of life. And while on the topic, Henry, can you share something about anxiety and sleep benefit from fountain of life?
Anxiety and sleep?
Yes, how fountain of life can benefit people from suffering anxiety, mental health, and sleep as well.
Oh yes, anxiety, sleep, mental health, they are all related. So when Taj said it helped with her sleep, one thing for sure is the pain, the reduction of pain is helping her to sleep. At the same time, when people don't sleep, we were talking about it last time, that when people don't sleep, it might have 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 10 different reasons why they can't sleep. If you have pain, you don't sleep. If you have a stomach bothering you, you don't sleep. If you have a hemorrhoids giving you pain or itchiness, you don't sleep. If you have anxiety, panic attack, and nightmares, that you don't sleep. If you have depression, you don't sleep. If you have other things like a headache, you don't sleep. If you have a high blood pressure, which make your noise ring, tinnitus or pounding in the ear, you don't sleep. So there are so many things that can, even if you just wake up in the night to go to the washroom, you don't sleep. So there are so many things that can affect your sleep. When some people report that they are sleeping, that means the fountain of life take care of multiple issues in the body and calm down their body to a comfortable level. they are able to sniff. So the sniff is definitely a very strong indication that the body is doing better so that they can sniff. Otherwise, anything could bother the sniff, and it's very important to address all these things at the same time. Different from what the let's say a sniffing pill is doing. The sniffing pill would knock you out, but it doesn't solve the problem. You have to take a sniffing pill or take multiple pills in order to sniff, but the problem is still there. It might be even getting worse under the cover of the sniffing pill. So in place of a sniffing pill, this is a much better solution for you, and it helps to address the depression, anxiety. We just had let me see here. Here the share screen. Oh, share here. Mental. I did a Chinese session on the mental health, and we dealt with depression, anxiety, narrow-mindedness, anger, fear, frightenness, schizophrenia, bipolar, and that was in our Chinese group. But anyway, so the Fountain of Life helps us with so many different aspects of mental health, including anxiety and depression, schizophrenia, bipolar. There are so many issues related to mental health challenges, and the Fountain of Life is a good way to strengthen your body, because what happens is when you have anxiety or depression, that usually is caused by something. Let's say right now we were seeing in China where there are a lot of sort of like a depression because of the lockdown. People are locked down for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, and then they feel they lose their job. They are not able to work. They don't have income. They have to pay rent, and then people get stressed out. So hopefully they have the funds to take some Fountain Life to help them to tide over the situation where they could, even in Canada, everywhere, we have people that are struggling with their financial budgets or with their family relationship. There are so many things that we call traumas in life, whether they are physical, emotional, whichever it is. It can cause long-term chronic damage in the body, and then they don't eat, they don't sleep, they don't absorb nutrients, and then eventually their body gets weaker and they get more easily agitated, anxious, depressed, and stressed out. So we want, if they have the funds or budget for the Fountain of Life to support their body, it might be able to repair the body to a point where they strengthen themselves, and their mental foundation become a little more solid, and then they can recover. Thank you.
Wow, what a great benefit from Fountain of Life. And I had just checked my background with this Fountain of Life. It says here, sleep better, women's health, people afflicted with diabetes, it protects your heart. And that's such some of the benefit of a powerful lignan concentration and intake. And Henry, there's one more question here from Ms. Rich from Philippines. How can FOL help autism case?
Autism case, usually a baby with autism usually starts from childhood. Autism doesn't really develop in adults. Usually starts with the baby. When they were born in this, when they come to this world, every baby comes to this world like sort of like with the invisible gas tank. And some people, they have a full gas tank. Some kids have a half empty gas tank. When they're half empty, they don't have gas to power them through. So they kind of grow slower, then the language skills develop slower. They don't have the energy, they have kidney weakness. They can't hold the pee, for example, until maybe they are 5, 10, even 15 years old. They still wear a diaper. So there's so many things that's related to weakness when they were born. Some people, they report that they develop some symptom after vaccination or something. Whichever way it is, it's usually because of a weakness, deficiency. Most of the time it's the kidney And these kids, they are usually have difficulty with the food choice. They usually have problems digesting certain food. They usually limit their food choice to a certain type. Let's say the junky, the junky tasty food, sweets and Coca-Cola, McDonald's, chicken nuggets, all these tasty foods. They might want to take that, but they don't want to eat vegetables and the things that are not as tasty. So this way, they have a limited source of nutrients in the body, and it hampers their growth. It hampers their mental capacity. So eventually, they don't mix well with the society. They don't mix well with other kids. They usually have difficulty concentrating, and they have social reaction skills difficulty. And this is what caused the autism to be eventually diagnosed. So with the Fountain of Life, again, it goes back, trace back to the kidney issues, it strengthens them, warm them up, so that the blood circulation gets better, they get a better ability to digest the food, and they were able to deal with a much wider range of food choices, and the nutrients become more stronger, more variety, and that's going to help them to improve in general. Hopefully, the Fountain of Life can help them enough. Before the Fountain of Life, I have my own clinic on autism, on mental health and all that brain-related issues. So my clinic in Toronto is basically called the Brain Health Clinic. So we deal with these problems for many years, about 20 years now. And we help a lot of kids with autism, with issues. Sometimes we combine with some other Chinese herbs before the Fountain of Life. Now with the Fountain of Life, it's just compounding the results, and we are getting great results with people with autism. Thank you.
Wow, that's great to hear, Henry. Thank you very much for sharing those wonderful testimonials. And I cannot miss this testimonial from Miss Marivic Estacamento, and I will read it for everyone. My sugar level is 216. After days of taking Fountain of Life, it lowers to 109. It ranges now only to 109, 115, 122, and that's great news. Thank you, Ms. Marivic, for sharing that one. And Rich, thanks you, Henry, for sharing your advice for those with autism cases. Thank you very much, Henry. We're at the top or beyond 7 minutes at top of our hour, but we thank you, Henry, for giving this time. We're very honored to have you here as our counselor for Fountain of Life, and I hope some of you have this information for you to bring and share to every person that might be needing the Fountain of Life. And if you are a guest here on the call, please contact the person who's invited you to get and try a bottle. Again, all of the information that we have shared is useless unless you take Fountain of Life for yourself and see for yourself and share for yourself how it will help you with your health. So thank you very much, Henry, and everyone for being here on the call. Last few words, Henry, before we end the call.
Well, yeah, thank you everybody for participating. Thank you, continue to support the call. And we always welcome your testimonials or even questions, whichever it is, we welcome. And it just give us the feel for the talk, for the discussion. So thank you very much, everybody. We'll talk to you soon.
Yes, and again, thank you very much, everyone. I can see your chats. Thank you, everyone. And every time that I'm available to rescue our team, I will be here available for you to back out. Thank you, Henry, for the time. Thank you again, everyone. And we end by saying the call, one team to the billion. Good night, good morning, good afternoon. See you on the next call, same channel. Thank you very much.
To the billion. Thank you. Bye.